All right, let's stay with the story now and speak to SABC News reporter Hasina, Gori, who's been tracking the story for us. Hasina, of course, it's still unclear how organophosphate found its way into the children's body, and I suppose that's a big question.
And that's what the minister went to pains to clarify, that while they know now what was found in the bodies of the children that passed on from post-mortem reports, it went through forensic, different levels of forensics, including pulmonologists, ENTs, and those that work within that space. And it found that organophosphate was found inside the bodies. But what they can't find a link to at this point, the swabs that were taken at the Spaza shops by the health officials, as well as the inspectors and the agricultural inspectors last week, have not yet been tested fully. The results are not in at that stage, so they have not brought a link right now to that specific substance that were found and chemicals found in the Spaza shops, as well as that was found in the bodies of the children. They also let us in that there was a packet of chips that was found on the body of one of the deceased children, and that was also tested. And when they tested that specific packet of chips, they did not find organophosphate in it. So at this stage, they don't know how exactly, and that's a question. What they do know is from testimony and confessions from Spaza shop owners themselves, who said that they have been using a substance to kill and deal with the rodent infestations within their stores, but it's also been sold to the communities. And that is what we're now going to wait on. That will be the full report. Today's report was just a preliminary report that let us know on the exact cause at the stage.
And I suppose, Hasina, as we can see on the screen right now, it speaks about this issue and how it quickly becomes about the Spaza shops. And I suppose that becomes the big question. So what did the minister have to say about, the fact that when we see these incidents, the community storm the Spaza shops and they become not the first point of target?
They should become the easy suspect. And he didn't touch much on it, but right now it seems that it's still pointing to looking and making sure that the Spaza shop was not the point of entry, that the substance got into the communities. They're saying right now what they understand is that it was used by these Spaza shop owners, that they were getting it and supplied from a Johannesburg mall. That was the 4 arrests that we saw happening on Friday. That substance also not organophosphate, another illegal chemical, but not the one found in the body of the children. So what we're hearing from the minister right now is that they're looking into how do we ensure this doesn't happen again. We saw in that briefing the police minister, we saw the small business enterprise minister, we also saw the NCC being there as well, all affected industries that need to now look into ensuring that those that are handling food, specifically from manufacturers to those that are in supplying of these food, understand what is the rules and regulations, understand the issues around that they do not keep expired goods, that they do not keep goods that do not have labeling in English. That was one of the concerns from the NCC, is that some of the content that's being sold in Spaza shops don't have full ingredient lists or nutrition lists in English. They have it in foreign languages, that those that are buying aren't able to make a decided and detailed decision when they're buying these goods, but also sell-by dates of expiry dates. So we know that right now what has been seen is that the Spaza shops are a likely suspect due to certain regulations being broken. Until it's proven differently, that is unfortunately the suspect that has always been, the one the fingers are pointed on. But we spoke to a family member, and what they asked, or what they did say, was they felt that communities acted too fast, that they may have tampered with evidence that may have been there. You saw them looting certain of those stores. The one in the picture is still closed. That's the source, alleged source of the outbreak. And we know communities went in there and took the affected goods off the shelves and burnt them. So that could have also impacted on the investigations.
And Hasina, do we know then when we're likely to get more answers from these investigations that are now again ongoing?
We are uncertain at this stage. We know that the minister left from the briefing to Brazil, for his duties. So I'm sure it will be when he does return. We also know there was that the tests that were done and the postmortems were done in toxicology, centers, which have really speedily tractions. However, where the actual tests are being done, that may take a little bit longer.
Hasina, as you say, of course, it's heartbreaking, but at the same time, at least the families can now know conclusively, what chemicals were involved, although they still need to know where do they come from. But thank you so much for that update there. That's SABC News reporter Hasina, Gori.